You won't believe what just happened in Myanmar. A peaceful Buddhist festival turned into a tragedy when an army paraglider suddenly appeared in the sky and dropped bombs on the crowd. It was supposed to be a night of prayers and lanterns, but instead, it became one of the deadliest attacks in recent months. According to reports, at least 24 people were killed and nearly 50 were injured when the explosives hit the gathering in Chongyu Township. People had come together to celebrate a national holiday, unaware that danger was literally flying above them. Videos shared online show chaos and screaming as people ran for cover. This shocking incident has once again drawn attention to Myanmar's brutal internal conflict, which has been raging since the military coup in 2021. Eyewitnesses described a horrific scene. Families were lighting candles, monks were chanting, and children were playing when a motorized paraglider appeared out of nowhere. Within seconds, 2 bombs dropped, tearing through the crowd and setting parts of the area on fire. Survivors say they heard the distinct sound of an engine before the explosions, followed by screams and panic. The attack reportedly targeted civilians who had gathered peacefully for the festival. The military has not commented yet, but many believe this was an intentional strike meant to intimidate locals who support the pro-democracy resistance. Rescue teams rushed to the site, but chaos made it difficult to treat the wounded. Local hospitals are now overwhelmed, struggling to handle the sudden influx of victims. Myanmar has been in turmoil since February 2021, when the army seized control from the elected government, sparking nationwide protests and violent crackdowns. Over time, the situation escalated into a full-blown civil war involving ethnic militias and newly formed resistance groups. Millions have been displaced, and entire villages have been wiped out in airstrikes similar to this one. International observers say the use of aircraft, including drones and paragliders, has increased as the military tries to regain territory it lost to opposition forces. Despite facing global condemnation and sanctions, the junta continues to launch air attacks with little regard for civilian life. This latest bombing marks a new and disturbing tactic, using lightweight aircraft to strike without warning during peaceful gatherings. Meanwhile, Myanmar's government in exile has condemned the attack, calling it another war crime by the ruling military regime. Their spokesperson told BBC Burmese that the bombing was a cowardly act targeting unarmed citizens celebrating their faith. Activists around the world are urging international organizations to step in and hold Myanmar's military accountable. However, so far, global response has been limited to statements of concern and calls for restraint. On social media, people are sharing heartbreaking photos and tributes to those who died. The event has also reignited conversations about the ongoing silence of major world powers and the lack of decisive intervention. For the survivors in Chongyu, the pain and fear are far from over. Many say they no longer feel safe, even during religious or cultural events. As the investigation continues, questions remain about how a military paraglider managed to fly undetected and strike so precisely. Analysts believe the attack could signal a shift toward more unconventional warfare by the army as it struggles to maintain control. The bombing has once again revealed the deep human cost of this conflict. Innocent lives lost amid political chaos. While Myanmar's people continue to fight for democracy, they now face the constant threat of sudden, unpredictable attacks from above. The world watches in horror, but for those on the ground, every day has become a battle for survival. In a place where even a Buddhist festival can become a target, hope feels fragile. Yet despite everything, Myanmar civilians continue to show incredible courage, refusing to let fear silence their desire for peace and freedom.